Okay, what I want to talk about in this video is how to examine level 2 and only level 2 when watching a stock and determining what's likely to happen next. The first thing I want to point out, we're going to use CDOI, Cardio Infrared Technologies, for this example. Now what I want to point out is what a stacked bid means. You'll hear this term thrown out a lot. People will say, oh, the bid is stacking, the ask is stacking, etc. And CDOI right now is the clear definition of what a stacked bid looks like. Notice we've got 3, 2, 5, 6, 9, 12 market makers all bidding at 83 cents or above, while we've only got 5 market makers at 85 or below. So there's a lot of momentum here. There's a lot of demand on the bid side, and quite frankly, there's not that much supply as represented by the level 2 on the ask side. The high is 8.5, so the fact that you have all this bid support coming in just below the high of the day is a very good sign. It's a sign that the stock will likely be able to break that high. Look what's happening. We're getting the bid stacking again, 849 by 85. I bet you will see, there we go, some more bid stacking at 845. Now we want to see as much bid support start to stack up as possible. We got 2 at 849. Let's see if we get a third to jump up. Nice hits. Ask just got taken out. On this break of 8.5, you want to see a lot of bids stack at 8.5. So let's see what happens. We're about to break. There's one bidder at 8.5, 2 bidders, 3 bidders, 4 bidders, 5 bidders. This is great. This is exactly what you want to see on a breakout. 6 bidders now. 8.6 is up. Let's see if we get the bid stacking at 8.6. 2 bidders. 3 bidders now. 5. Look at that. That's great. Great support. 6. This is awesome. Now notice I am not using any chart to determine this action on CDOI. I'm simply looking at the level 2. I'm viewing this. And now right here on the ask side now, we've got a nice wall at 8.8. So to me, just like we had support at 8.3 when the video started, we had all those market makers bidding there. Now we've got resistance at 8.8 because that's where the wall on the level 2 is. I don't need to look at a chart to see that that's where my resistance is. I can see it right here on the level 2. We're getting some good bid stacking here. It will be interesting to see if 8.8 can come down. Personally, I'm locking in profits myself at 8.8 from our entry in the 7s earlier this morning. But I would expect there to be some resistance right here beneath this wall. So let's see what happens here with the bid stacked at 869, how this plays out. Once again, bid stacking at 8.7 now. Very good. Watching the trades right here go through. The point I'm trying to make, though, is using level 2 is critical to determining momentum in a stock you are in, on penny stocks in particular because of the way they trade. Now, level 2 is your ears and eyes into trading. All this bid support going on at 875, that tells me there's a lot of demand here for shares. There's a lot of demand. Look how the bid keeps stacking. Now we've got 6 market makers at 875 or higher. Only 2 left at 8.8, which means my order's getting filled, which is awesome. And, so this is a great move. Level 2 is showing us the supply and demand behind the move. Next wall here, the ask is stacked, pretty good here from 8.89 to 9 cents. We've got 3, 6, 7, 11. We've got 14 market makers for sale at 9 cents and below. So if you ask me, I think based on the level 2 right here, CDOI will likely need to consolidate some before breaking 9 cents because there's a lot of supply as represented by these market makers on the ask that are looking to sell shares up here. Just like when the video started and we noted all the bids that were in the 8.3s and 8.4s, we noted that as being a good sign of demand. This is now easily significant of supply. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to in our chat room here. I'm going to say, guys, all out CDOI at 8.8 based on level 2, based on my target. I think we've got to consolidate. Oh, and sure enough, now look what's going on here. We're getting the ass starting to stack. So it wasn't hard to see where our resistance was. We didn't need to look at a chart. We didn't need to do any MACD or RSI or any of these awesome technical indicators that everybody's always telling you to use. No, all we needed was our level 2. I just told you where resistance was based on the level 2. I told you where the support was, and we broke out, and I told you where resistance was. It's no magic formula. I simply looked at the level 2, and it was pretty obvious. It was pretty obvious. So now on the way down, what are we looking for? Well, we've got a lot of bids stacked in the 8.6s, so this is where our support is. So I don't want to see it go below 8.6 in terms of the intraday trend that I've noticed on the level 2. If it can hold 8.6 and maybe consolidate here for a few minutes, then I think it can get above 9 cents later in the day. But if we break below 8.6, that'll set up a test of 8.5. You can already see a market maker going to 8.5, and 8.5 will be critical in terms of the intraday trend. And then after examining that, that's maybe where I'll go over to my chart and say, okay, right here was a prior breakout point, 8.2. So on any pullback, I want to see 8.2 to 8.5 act as a support zone for CDOI in terms of keeping the trend intact. But back to the level 2, which is our main focus. Good support here at 8.6. Now, here we go. 8.7's now stacking once again. So this is great. This is exactly what you want to see if you're bullish on this stock. It's all coming from the level 2, people. It's not hard. Just watch it and look where everybody is. You know, it's like a party. Right now, 8.7 is hosting the party. You want to be at that party. You know, and just like on the ask, 9 cents and 8.9, they're having a party too on the supply side. So in terms of demand, the demand party is hanging out in the 8.6, 8.7s, and the supply party's hanging out 8.9 and 9s. So that's why I took some profits at 8.8, just underneath where they're hanging out, where all those people are looking to sell shares. So, but this is good action. This is nice, healthy action. It held 8.6 very well. The market makers have now stacked back above 8.7. So I like what I'm seeing here. And I wouldn't be surprised to see this one break 9 cents later on in the day. But as I stated, 8.6 is the support to watch in the near term. 8.5 to 8.6. If it can't hold that, it'll likely have to do a test of 8.2 or so. But as long as it stays above 8.6, you know, 8.5 to 8.6 in the near term over the next, you know, half hour of trading, this is very bullish, and I think it could eventually break 9 cents. But notice what we're having here. All those bids at 8.7, they're getting whacked. They're starting to drop off. And look what's going on here. Those 8.6 bids, they're starting to come off too. Not nearly as many bids at 8.6 as there were. They're starting to stack at 8.5. So now I know that my next support is 8.5. 8.6. 8.6 is not going to hold here, I don't think, based on the action I'm seeing right now. 3 by 3. 3 on the bid, 3 on the ask. And, you know, here we go. Only one left there. So It's very important to understand how helpful level 2 can be to you. No magic formula. I told you 8-6s were going to fall, and look what happened. 8-6s are now on the ask. So now let's watch 8-5s. Got some nice support here at 8-5. I want to see these market makers start stacking like they're doing at 8-5-3. I don't want to see them do what they had just done at 8-6, which is start dropping off the bid. Now what I'm watching on the ask, I don't want to see the ask stack, which is exactly what it's doing right now. You're getting market makers coming under 8-6. So the less market makers on the ask, the better if you're bullish, obviously. So let's see here for the next couple seconds if it's going to hold 8-5. I'll tell you right now, I don't like that these market makers have dropped off 8-5. At first there were about 11 market makers at 8-5 or above. Now there's less than 10. Less than 8 even. So personally I think this is about to dip below 8-5. Let's see if I'm right. Getting a nice little stack here. Want to see more market makers start stacking at 8-5-1. But we're getting the same thing on the ask. 8-5-2 is stacking as well. See, now the ask is thinned out some. What I mean by thinned out is originally there were 4 market makers at 8-6 or below. Now there's only one, ABBA. No, 8-5s is trying, but now we're down to 4 market makers. Now we're down to 3. But now we got 4, 5. Looks like we might bounce here. Looks like 8-5 might hold here. Uptick, nice to see. Here we go, 6 now, 6 market makers. Let's get another one. Now we've got 7. Let's go. Let's keep seeing more market makers. I want to see this bid keep jumping up. This is great. 8 market makers now. So, I was wrong. 8-5 did hold, but, you know, we wait, we watch, and then we react. We don't guess. We don't hope. We know what we're going to do, and we know what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. So 8-5 has been established as support. Anybody who is in the stock with profits, if it's an aggressive day trade, this is great because now you have a reference point at 8-5 as a stop loss of sorts. If this breaks below 8-5, I'm pretty confident it will trade back down towards 8-2 or so. But this is some good support here. We've got 7 market makers at 8-5 or above. Only 2 market makers below 8-7. So we'll see how this plays out. I'd like to remind everybody, if you enjoy our videos, please check out our Trading University link and see if you don't enjoy some of the others we've posted. And also, if you can, be sure you're joining us in our live day trading chat room where CDOI was called around 5 cents on Monday. The URL is www.stockhaven.com/stockchat. Thank you.